So in the realm of dating, a few of the other memes I have are specific to, I guess, the individuals that are dating. Like this was one of the things I feel like was relevant because I'm like, are people still doing that? I feel like now we're in a place that people are more direct. So it's none of that. You know how they used to say a woman claim you before you know it? And like a guy, you're not really his girl until he introduced you to his family.
I ain't never heard that.
You never heard that?
No.
I mean, like, wife material. I'll say that. Like, you could be dating a guy, you have boyfriend and girlfriend, but he's not serious until he introduces you to his family.
No, I never heard that before.
I definitely have. I have heard of that before.
That's our generation.
It goes back to the generational thing, because if a man is not proud enough of who he's dating to introduce you to his mom, his family, things like that, then he's probably not taking you that seriously.
Okay.
But then that takes you on the other side of the niggas who introduce everybody to their mama. Everybody know the mama. Everybody done met the mama. So it's such a hard thing. Like I said, it depends on if your man has told you family is important to me, but you never met his family, that's a red flag.
Oh, okay.
It's important to him. So, but if, you know, there's a toxic situation and he's like, you know, I really don't get down with my family like that, then that's probably why you haven't met his family. But it's all about communication, how y'all been talking, the things y'all talk about. And I think that's more so what people need to focus on. Everybody tell you what to look for, like for the bad stuff, but nobody really tells people what to look for. What's good stuff? What's the good stuff I should look for? You know, but one of the indicators from my generation is if he doesn't introduce you to his family, he is not serious about you. Or his friends. If he don't show you the family or friends, he is not serious about you.
Now, I have been in a situation where I haven't met people's family because they know their family is a bunch of butts. They didn't want to ruin a possible relationship by introducing me to their family. Even friendships, just like, nah, we're not going to my house. We go to your house.
Believe me, I completely understand that one. I completely understand that one. So, like I said, it really is, if you are with a man or a woman and she said, oh, my family means so much to me. Oh, it's everything for my family, but you've never met their family. Red flag. But then there are relationships where they came from narcissistic backgrounds, or there's abuse or drug abuse or mental illness, and they're afraid to introduce you to that part of their family because they think it's going to deter you. So they're like, yo, my family is not the best, but, you know, that's why I haven't introduced you to my mom, or, you know, it's a toxic situation and I don't want to put you in that. So it depends on the conversations you've been having with that person that you're seeing. It just depends.
I have one for you on a positive note. Just want to say that the green flags, I thought this was a good one. Now, it's funny, when I was in college, it was a lot of red flags. All my friends had red flags. I kept real quiet about my relationship because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have haters. So a lot of people didn't even know I was in a relationship because I was just like, you know what? Nope, I'm just gonna sit back here and sip some tea while they talk about all the drama. Because by that time, I was in a steady committed relationship. They were still running the streets, I'm gonna say. Because from the conversations, you're just like, okay, no, we need to just focus on school right now.
Okay.
But see, that goes all the way back. That goes back to those memes that we were talking about earlier. You know, the jealousy thing and whatever like that, because I come from that generation where women would sit around and bash men. They're not dogs, they ain't shit, you know, blah, 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 around in these circles. And if you ever said your man did something good, if you were like, you know, my man doesn't do that, then all of a sudden, that's where those females, oh, and y'all get in these, you know, situations where it's you know, it's a lot of y'all around and your dudes are around. Then you see these heifers trying to test the water. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced any.
Yes.
Oh, my man doesn't do that. He comes home at night. He buys me flowers.
He cooks my dinner. He rubs my feet.
He rubs my feet. Right.
He got a brother.
Then y'all get all in one environment, and then it's like you can see these heifers with the ogling. Oh, I wonder if it's true. I wonder if what she talking about is true. So I learned through a very hard lesson. I do not talk about my nigga with no chicks. Nobody.
They ain't not even your friends?
Okay. Okay. Yes and no. Yes and no. I use broad generalizations because I've been on the planet long enough to know, first of all, you got to trust your girlfriend. Because if you don't, they ain't your girlfriend. Because I'm telling you, if you watch certain females, toxic females, closely enough, you done shared all of these wonderful things or even heartaches. Oh, my nigga is being mean to me. I saw this, I saw that. They the ones behind your back, you know, undercutting you. So that goes back to those memes like, bitch, you in his face a little too hard. Like, you staring a little, you know, I done told you this stuff about my relationship and now you testing it out. So, I mean, with age and experience comes wisdom, but you have to make sure it's wisdom and not hurt or toxicity. You have to learn the lessons, not just be like, you know, combative or automatically suspicious, but in my dealings in life and courting, shoot. I ain't gonna use no names, but I had a best friend that slept with my nigga. Slept with him. And I'm telling her all the juice, the good and the bad and the ugly. And they found themselves together somewhere and he slept with her. So I'm like, wow, but I can't be bitter about it. It was, you know, a tool used to get me out of that relationship. But
so were you okay about that? Were you mad at the girl, or were you mad at the nigga, or were you mad at both?
I was mad at both of them. But initially, this is where immaturity, this is where you gotta have wisdom. At first, I was more mad at her, which don't make no damn sense. But I felt like you my best friend. I was more mad at her at first. Then more time to marinate. I'm like, nah, that nigga is not in a relationship with her. He don't owe her nothing. It was with me. I need to be mad at him. So at the end of the day, I became mad at both.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, then I don't have a best friend and I don't have a man. But through that situation, I learned you do not share intimate details with anybody. I mean, especially positive or negative. You just got to be careful on who you share with, but you have to.
I don't think she heard us.
With who you are sharing. Hello? Who? Me?
Yeah, you cut off.
Went out.
Oh, no. Is it in now? Somebody.
Yeah, you good.
We can hear you.
But I just feel like with wisdom, through my experiences, I just don't share a lot of information anymore about what's going on in my personal life. I just don't share.
Okay.
I just don't do it. And I mean, I gotta be, first of all, you gotta be super, super close to me for me to share anything anymore. I used to share every damn thing, but now, no. And I feel like if there's something for me to find out, I will find out. But I ain't gonna give people ammunition anymore to, you know, to create shit where shit didn't need to be created.
Okay.
Facts. Oh, this one was a share? What's sharing?
Hey.
Okay. Green flag.
Talk.
Oh, I thought she was
Eric
still
was about to
talking.
say
Next.
something.
What?
Eric was about to say something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like how she was saying, oh, she don't tell all her business or share with too many people. I find that a lot of women, if they know you or have any like preconceived like notion of how you carry yourself, you don't really have to say anything. Your type will be appealing to them. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, oh, Gloria like him, so he must be some kind of dude. So you ain't around, how you do it?
Now, Eric, you don't make me mad. Eric, you don't make me mad.
I'm just telling you the truth. If you got a reputation of dating good dudes, or you know what I'm saying, or you got a certain, or even they don't even have to know. It's like they have a feeling your standard is at a certain level. If she like him, let me see what he talking about.
I see what you
The
mean.
dudes, we've been using this for a long time.
Damn.
Y'all, I ain't gonna say, I don't know, I don't want to generalize people,
Okay.
but it appears that women like men a lot more when another woman hasn't.
I mean, I think that goes
That's
both
a fucking
ways.
fact. That is a fact.
That goes both ways. Because a girl can't get a date sometimes when she by herself. When she got somebody, all these dudes in her face.
I don't know about that one. But I don't know. But I used
how she carried herself.
I used to just like take my cousin and her friends to the club just so other girls would talk to me. Like, you ain't got to go get them if you ain't by yourself.
Which I think is sad, and it goes back to that toxicity and the different generations. I have noticed that as I grew older, I noticed that when you're in a relationship, it's so funny. Like, nobody wants you while you're single. Nobody notice you. Nobody checking for you. You might get a couple of DMs, people looking for fun. But as soon as you come out, you looking radiant, you happy, here come the creeps. Why you ain't never give me no chance? I had the biggest crush. Where was you when I was single? You ain't saying nothing when I was single. Nothing. So go ahead.
Is that how y'all inboxes be looking? Like, you get with a dude, then they pop up in the inbox?
That's what happened to me. That's what has continually happened to me.
In the inbox though, like they'll privately holler at you.
Say again?
Like they'll kind of like in the inbox, they won't like openly. They're just like trying to get a little conversation some kind of way.
Yeah.
Like somebody who see, like, women, they'll walk up on you.
Yes, I've seen that. They'll just walk up on you. So the guys will be quiet. They don't be bold with it. They be quiet because they know they're wrong.
Yeah. Women will walk up on. How them babies doing? Where Destiny? I'll see you later.
I can't. That goes back.
Go.
But that goes back to that meme. I can't stand that. Like, if I know a chick is checking, like, you don't give a shit about Destiny or them kids. Get the out my man face. I would be like, girl, scratch your eyes out. But I know that's toxic. I know it's toxic, but because of experience, I know the chick that, oh, where's Destiny? How are the girls? Bitch, I will scratch your eyes out. Get out of his face right now. Right now. That's just from experience. They all treating her so well. I can see this and I can see that.
Us on a date roasting the whole restaurant. I was very toxic.
Us on a date roasting the whole restaurant. I feel like to a certain extent, depending on what a man is saying, I feel it's a red flag.
Yes, it does let you see a person's superficiality, how they really operate, because they think you find it funny. Or is it that they genuinely like that?
Unless it's something like really off, I'm not the roaster. I don't like pointing out somebody and picking on them for their shoes or their hair or their lace front is showing. And if a dude is doing that, it just sends like all negativity through me. It just sends a lot of negative vibes through me because I was told, and I don't know if y'all have ever heard this, the chick that a dude is talking about the most, especially if it's negative, he's really interested in her.
I'll take that back. I've
It depends on the age.
I've seen that.
In high school, yes.
Oh,
As an adult, 37, no.
grown people.
That
I'm
too.
talking about grown people
I've seen that.
wearing that shirt. She got all the damn ass out, all the titties out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, you know, they looking.
She wrong. Why are you checking for her that hard? To me, that's
Yeah,
a flag. Why are you looking at her so hard?
I've seen that.
And so to me, I don't do the roasting. And if a dude roasting, I will let him know right away. I don't find it funny. I don't find
I
it
don't
funny.
know. I mean, it depends.
Yeah,
Unless
It
it's
depends.
obvious. Unless it's obvious, I don't do it.
Yeah. Now, if we just sitting at a restaurant and like every person that walked through the door, we nitpick on them. Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that. But now, if somebody come in looking like a clown, okay, what the hell is that? It's like,
Yeah, when it's grossly ridiculous, right? If it's grossly ridiculous, everybody is noticing it.
yeah,
But if you, like you said, Destiny, if you roasting everybody that walks through the door, yeah, red flag, red flag. And I just feel like I don't like that. I just don't like that energy of making fun of people for your entertainment.
yeah,
Yeah, it's also because I work in a school and I'm working with people who are at different developmental stages in their life. I work with kids.
mhm.
So I hear roasting all the time. I hear mean-spiritedness all the time. And I tell people very firmly, who you are in middle school is who the fuck you are. Who you are and you will see it in a lot of people. Run into somebody you went to middle school with that was a bully. Sit with them long enough, they ass is still bullies.
Just maybe in a different way.
Yeah, you just got more resources and you do it in a different way, but your ass is still a bully. You still a bully.
it was muted. Dynamics time.
Oh,
Okay, the relationship is on. It's on. So now we're talking about dynamics within the relationship or any relationship. So the first one up,
oh, this is me.
when you ask her what's wrong, she say nothing, but she spends the rest of the day looking at you like,
Oh, that's me.
this one.
That is me.
Yeah, that's me. I
That's
can't even
me.
lie. No, I think that's me depending on what it is. I think, yeah, that's me depending on what the subject is that I'm aggravated about or mad about. Like, if it's something like extremely important, then I voice it. But if it's something that it's not extremely important, but it bothers me, then nothing. I don't leave me alone. You know, then I'll do that.
I'm
I
super.
want a burger.
But this one, it goes right to this.
Her, I swear I can't say you him. You still love me though.
Exactly.
That
So
is so
matter.
cute. That is so cute. That is so cute. Look at the baby on the right. Oh.
This all plays into one incident, each one, back to back.
My boyfriend.
This is what happens next.
My BF reaction when I asked for sex, he still mad after our fight.
Oh my gosh.
I used to love him though. It's true. And that'd be the best, don't it? And like some angry, mad, frustrated relations.
He said relations.
Relations.
So like a dork.
I keep it PG. Relations.
Relations.
Had to bring in the classic. Where you at? Where you at? There we go.
What am I? 1 month. No, we still have not gotten that comfortable. It's just some shit you don't.
Seriously?
It's just some shit you don't do, man. No, that's a no.
That's a big no for me.
never
I still
gonna
be
happen.
holding in my fart.
That's never gonna happen, bro. No.
Oh, so
Still be
y'all still got
holding in
ways
my
to go.
fart.
Y'all still has a ways to go.
Nah, man. There's some stuff you keep private, okay? I don't even look at my poop. No.
You don't
Get
even
out
look
of
at
here.
your poop?
No. I don't even like looking at poop in general. Look at my kids. I don't like cleaning their poop either. What makes you think I'm gonna sit in the bathroom with him and have conversations while I'm pooping? No. No. I can't do that. Me getting ready to ask my girl what's wrong.
Funny. That's funny. That's funny.
I don't think that ever changes.
I think it does.
It does.
And then I think depending on again what it is, that is the problem. Because usually when people ask what's wrong, they got kind of a general idea of what's wrong. They might not know the specifics, but they got like a general sense of what the problem was.
If the problem is that serious, that he gotta prepare himself to deal with your response,
Uh-huh.
is it not more than likely gonna be an explosion? Because clearly he just didn't get it,
Uh-huh.
and obviously it built up. Because he had prepared himself. He knew something was, it went, whatever it is, it went on for too long because she's about to blow.
I look at that differently. In
In an established relationship, not dating.
I look at that differently because when a man cares about you, he wants to know what's wrong. And the fact that he's approaching you knowing that something is wrong, the fact that he's even trying to address it is a positive thing, in my opinion. Knows you got an attitude, you've been stomping through the house, you know, like me, I be rolling to the other side of the bed, like, don't touch me, nigga, don't touch me. You know, like, I'm about to explode, but the fact that he is still willing to know that you're pissed and approach you anyway and not push it down or throw it to the side, I feel like that's such a green flag. Like, she gonna explode, let me prepare myself, but I'm still not afraid to approach her because I want to know what's wrong with my baby.
Yeah. That is a good thing. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Cause that proves that you can talk about anything, no matter the subject. And that's always the main goal. Because whatever the issue is, as long as you can communicate about it, the issue will eventually get resolved.
Right. And the fact that he just don't like swipe it under the rug, oh, she too mad, I ain't nobody gonna deal with all of that, blow
Yeah.
up. But he's like, let me prepare myself, let me get my words right, let me approach her, let me feed her. Cause
Yeah.
you know, let me feed her first.
That was another one that
That's why I asked her what's
a
wrong.
running meme as well. It's like, she could be pissed as hell, but then you be like, let's go get some food. And she be like,
Facts.
all right. Everything just shut down, like, food, okay. I'm
I don't
definitely a
know.
food,
I
like,
can't agree.
completely turn me
Food
over.
don't solve
a good
everything.
meal. Yes, it do.
No, it don't. Even if I'm gonna eat it.
For a little bit.
After I
For a
eat
little
it,
bit.
if I still don't
So
like
food
it.
doesn't solve the
It don't
problem.
solve it. A little bit.
It don't
It'll take
solve
you
the
out.
problem, but it eliminates one of the issues. If you're hungry, that is not the time to communicate. If you're hungry, that is not a good time to communicate at all. So if you kind of put that layer, that padding on there, hey, babe, let me take you to get something to eat, or let me prepare this meal for you, then approach the situation, at least you're not hungry. Because everybody a little grumpy when you're hungry.
Yeah, that is
Easier to
true.
deal with a relationship issue when you're not.
That's true. Babe, I think we need to work on our relationship.
Are you Mrs. Fix-It in a relationship?
No.
Are you Mr. Fix-It, Eric?
No.
He seemed like he be having solutions, though. He be ready with solutions.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That question, hold on, Zoe. That question is big. I don't know.
Wait, let me.
I think we need to work on our relationship.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cooking, so I have to step away from the computer and come.
Cause you be ready. You got the whole toolkit on.
That thing is funny.
Ready.
Babe, I think we need to work on our relationship. Me. That is funny. I think that question is very intimidating depending on the stages you are in the relationship. I think it depends on where you are in the relationship. But if you love somebody, you are willing to work on certain things. But in my book, certain things are non-negotiables and they ain't shit to work. It's done. It's done. So the only way I would have my Bob the Builder hat on is that you did not violate my boundaries, these are my deal breakers. If a deal breaker was broken, it's over. But if it's other things, then yeah, I'll have the Bob the Builder, tool belt and stuff. But if it was a deal breaker, that shit is broken. That don't get put back together. That don't get put back together.
I feel like at this point in my my marriage, I'm not Bob the Builder anymore. I just feel like I don't need to be on that level anymore. Because there's a point, especially when you're dating, that if you want it to work, you guys are constantly working on things, but you're working together. It's not all on one person. I definitely feel like if you're in a relationship and it's all on me, that's a problem.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think I ever felt that way, actually. We always
that's
work
on things together. No.
Yeah, we don't tend to like let stuff stew and build up and it's like, okay, we got to do major construction work right now. Nah.
Too much pressure, man.
Problem. Yeah,
that's an extra job.
Because is it the relationship you're working on or is it the other person?
Yup.
Because it sounds to me like that they got a problem. They need some professional contractor for themselves, and then come back and see what we can do together on the relationship. I wanted to do a whole segment on this next one at some point when we start episodes. I want to do this series. If you could see who that is.
A different world.
Yeah. So we're going into goals now, relationship goals. I used to see this show has a lot of relationship goals in it. I thought watching it now as an adult, I'm like, oh hell no.
Hell no.
Really had too many issues there.
A fuckery up in here, yeah.
Yep.
Too many issues. Yeah, man. Both of them. Some of that mess went on for too long. A lot of other relationships too in the show. I mean, while it was great to see, black people in this space, it was like, whoa.
Oh no, I always thought Whitley was tripping.
Who?
Why did you think Whitley was tripping? Whitley? Why do you think she was tripping?
Because sometimes Whitley, she would it would just be ridiculous, man. It's like she would try to change or manipulate or control, and I'm like, that's not what a relationship is about. First of all, you can't change somebody if they don't want to be changed. They have to change willingly on their own. Mm-hmm. Two, a relationship should not be based on manipulation. Okay, if I gotta manipulate you to do something and you're not doing it of your own free will and volition, why do I want it? You know what I'm saying? It's just Whitley. It was ridiculous. Even from when I was young, I'd be sitting there like, nigga, you tripping. Like that episode where she tried to manipulate Dwayne because he wanted to go watch the game with Ron. Oh, I'm not important. You don't love me. You don't treat me right. I'm gonna go do this. Bitch, he going to watch the game. He been watching the game before he met you. Now, should you spend a lot of money on some tickets? No. Like if you spend $1,000 on some tickets, okay, that's a little ridiculous. But you can't make somebody change though. If that's what he was doing from the jump and you were already aware, don't get in a relationship and be like, don't do that no more. You know, especially if it's something that's it's them. It's not something negative. It's not something abusive. It's just something that makes them happy that they do every now and then. Don't do that. Because I think you should be able to
That
find
was
joy
for
by
Dwayne.
yourself as well as with someone else. Well, with who you're with. And she just wanted him to focus on her, and that I don't like that.
I saw it the other way, Destiny. I felt like that Dwayne you muted. Go ahead.
I agree with both of you because it was like at different points in the series, it changed, the dynamic changed. Because at one point it was like, you know, one more than the other. And then when she had left him to be with the other guy and he was trying to get her back, then it kind of flipped again.
I always felt like he was more manipulative in the relationship.
Dwayne?
Yes.
Toward
And
the end of the series, like the last couple seasons.
The reason why I say that is because, first of all, Whitley came from a lot of money. She was very wealthy. And being with him was out of her tax bracket. She settled on a lot of different things because he could not provide. And I remember she became a teacher on one episode, and she was wearing the same shirt to work like every day. Her whole family, she was alienated and isolated from her family because they disagreed with her marrying Dwayne. And then he started to manipulate her when he started getting these big job offers and all of these things. And then he left to go to Japan or something like that. And so here she didn't marry the governor dude, the lawyer dude, or something like that. I don't know what the dude.
Byron.
But I felt like she started compromising all her wants, needs, and desires to maintain the relationship.
Really?
And that, in the beginning, I can't remember the relationship in the beginning because he has always, you know, at first he was feeling Denise. At first he wanted to be with Denise. Remember when it first started, Denise was Dwayne's love interest, not Whitley.
Yeah.
When Denise was off the show, he became like, he was pining for Whitley. He was trying to win her on all costs. Like, that's what I noticed. Okay, so real life situation. Dudes will work and work and work and work and work and work. And then when they finally get your attention, flip the fucking script.
Ooh.
Baby, please, baby, please, baby. Then she finally goes, all the way. And now, wait a minute, nigga, you was just working all this hard to get my attention. Now that you got it, other things are more important.
I don't recall that now.
I saw some of that, yeah.
Because they both did a lot of flip-flopping. One minute they want each other, one minute they didn't. One minute, and it was always at the wrong moments, man. Like Dwayne wanted her, but she's with somebody else. She wanted him when he was with somebody else. Those, you know, the little immature thing. So that's why I never saw that.
It was terrible from the get-go because she was always acting like he wasn't good enough. It should have stopped there from the gate.
Yeah.
And right, and then he always tried to prove to her, like that's what I'm saying. She was even giving him the time of day. I got too much money. I come from too much. Boy, get away from me. But yet he was always in her face, trying to wear her down. Finally, he wears her down. She gives him the time of day. Then he flipped.
But you know what? I think the show did a good job of showing maturity, though.
Growth over time, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because like I said, when they first started off, Whitley had these all these negative connotations about, you know, people who were wealthy. She didn't know how to manage money. She did, you know, it really showed what you go through when you go to college and you no longer have your parents really supporting you. It shows how you maneuver in relationships, your personal and your, you know, your work, your school. It did a good job of showing. That's why I don't think to me, they always showed Whitley as the, like I said, manipulative, whiny,
Stuck up,
both of them. Yeah,
egotistical.
stuck. I don't want to say stuck up. She wasn't really. To me,
In
she
the
wasn't really
beginning,
stuck up.
it was that
Okay,
ego. She had
Yeah,
that chip on her shoulder because she was like,
Yeah.
rich, above everybody. That definitely changed. She became real humble.
And that's what I'm saying. It shows a level of maturity and growth when you are finally on your own and you learn how to, do things on your own. Nobody to rely on. That's I was hoping they would bring that show back.
Listen, we watch them reruns all the time. That's Olivia can sing that song to you.
Zoe do.
That stay on in my house.
Moesha, all that stuff, man. Because I mean, like I said, I think they did a good job of showing
the Parkers
real life issues with Black people.
Yeah.
And they was always pushing education.
So this takes me to another toxic relationship, which I don't understand why it's so popularized as a goal. I couldn't believe that when I looked it up. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, them niggas crazy.
These kids, man.
That's not goals, man. That's crazy.
These kids. I mean, it's in the media, these crazy nutty relationships. Even though this one is not even real, there's some real ones out there. That kids still think it's just so cool. Oh, they look so cool. Yeah, that's my what do they call it? My Bonnie and Clyde. No, my Bonnie and Clyde, like those.
That's not Bonnie and Clyde. That's abuse right there.
Freaking romances and things that Hollywood puts out there as, oh, this was such a beautiful love, and they were all about each other. Like what? I don't know, death, destruction, and suicide together don't make it a good relationship or a marriage go. Even in the cartoon though, he treated her like crap, just the same way as the live action. I don't think a lot of kids see that, the relationship part of it, because it's so a comic. But like as an adult, that is the worst relationship in terms of all of, even just in that realm of like comics and stuff. That was the worst, the most dysfunctional, like they have it there. And she just kept coming back. I don't understand that. I have heard a lot of people say, even growing up, like friends who are like, they were told your man should love you more than you love him. Like it was for them the opposite way around. And that would be the man you should marry. Like that doesn't make sense. It's not really mutual. You're kind of just using them. Or like when they have like a girl or a guy who cheats on the opposite person, takes advantage of them because they know they're always going to be there. That was kind of what happened with them as well, except the cheating part.
I have never found them to be goals. Never. That's not goals. That's just.
I think it's something about the fact that it looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
How do you change? Okay, as a teenager, I would say, a teenager, you want to be rebellious. These two might look like the type of rebel you want to be, and you've got a opposite, mate, and you're doing bad things together, kind of like the roasting people together. That's your thing. I can see why to a teenager that might seem like a goal. But even like in this, like, didn't he like beat her or something in this in the live action? I can't remember. I think he beat her.
He pushed her into like some type of chemical thing. He pushed her into, because she was originally his psychologist or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he pushed her into like a big ass vat of something. Like it was huge. Whatever the chemical was, he pushed her in there.
What was that?
No, he said he didn't even push her.
What's this?
I think he didn't even push her. I think she willingly said she would do it.
Mommy.
Yes.
I guess on this one, I would just like say to communicate. You shouldn't love a person who is not willing to do for you what you would do for them.
Man, even if, cause some stuff you just shouldn't be willing to do now, okay?
That's true.
But
Like
she was
jumping
willing
about
to
a
do
toxic
it.
acid.
Those people, those type of relationships will never help you. When you willing to do any and everything, you know, to please someone, that shows what's wrong with you. No, that's not dedication.
Yes.
Cause some shit you got to be
Absolutely.
smart enough to be like, if I was to do that, this will happen to me personally, and I don't want that to happen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Some stuff you just
Okay, Gloria's back. I got a perfect one for her. A relationship goal for her. Oh, you too, Destiny.
huh?
Relationship goal. Number 1 for all of y'all.
Yeah. He fart in front of me all the time, but I will not.
Oh, you gotta not just
I'll be farting.
gotta be
right.
able
She
to
said, "That's
rip
they fart."
a hole in something in front of your mate.
Yeah.
That's the level of comfort you want to get to.
Don't fart. Don't do that. That's nasty.
That's nasty.
Joyce be speaking.
Zoe said, "Don't do that. That's nasty."
I'm not doing that.
Hold on. Relationship goals.
Just watch the GIF.
That's so sweet. Oh my God.
That was a crap we'll do.
Yeah, so you could play little jokes on your partner. That's the
I do
best.
annoying shit all the time.
That's the best.
Yeah. Each one goes on each.
I didn't even know. I thought that was awesome. If there's a goal, this is a goal. Especially when you in Hollywood. It's very few relationships like this.
Go ahead.
But I was gonna say I just pulled like the ones where when you're in like a committed relationship and a healthy relationship, I feel like the goals, it should just be like, a friendship, like a genuine friendship, which is where you should have started. But if you're realistic, you got work to do in any relationship. But the goal should always to maintain the friendship.
I would say the biggest thing at this stage in life that is a relationship goal is when both partners are committed to fixing their damn self. Because you can find everything wrong with your partner, but until you are really ready to address yourself, there's no fixing the relationship.
Boom shaka.
A lot of
Explain that.
to be in a relationship, it takes two whole people to be in a good relationship. And the reason why many relationships fail is because somebody in that relationship is not whole. And if each partner is dedicated to working on themselves, no blame, no shame, work on yourself, then if you are both committed to doing that, then it'll help the relationship. You know what I just thought about too?
What?
Jada, Will and Jada Smith.
Oh.
Because, back in the day, not even that far back, there were so many songs about them being like relationship goals. There's an Alicia Keys song talking about we can do something like Will and Jada, and we idolize these relationships that look so perfect, and people be like, oh, their relationship goals. Now here's 2022, and now everybody is the expert on how toxic they've been this whole time. Nah, nigga, y'all relationship goals.
Yeah.
And though we don't know the intricacies of their relationship, any relationship can look good from the outside.
I'm about to say, if they didn't get public with everything, they could have rolled that out to the end of time.
these relationships and that's relationship goals.
Nope, I don't even do that for it.
Right. I'm like, it's not, don't even do that. And people get jealous of other people. Oh, her man bought her flowers. You don't buy me flowers, but you don't know he whooped her ass last night either.
Yeah.
Damn.
But she posted them flowers on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
She might have
That's
got the
all
flowers
you see.
because he beat her up and he's trying to say sorry.
Right. And that's all you see. But you be like, oh my God, he's so sweet. He took her out on a date. Yeah, but he been cheating on her the whole time.
And but that's one of the things I try not to do.
What's that?
Like, I better quit. But like, just when you see a couple and they do something, he does something good or she does something good for him, it's like you want to just say, wow, that was nice. You don't want to think, oh, why did he do it? What was his ulterior motive? Did he do it because he cheated? Did he do it because you want to try not to think like that when it comes to those things, especially if you're not privy to the information of their relationship.
Oh, I don't even think that deep. I'm just saying, when you look at stuff posted on social media, when you look, it's not like you wish for the demise of the people. That's not what I mean. What I mean is like, we look at things and be like, oh, relationship goals, but we take for granted pictures on Facebook, short video clips, just a short snippet of the best part of a person's life.
Yeah.
You do not know what went on before that picture and after that picture. You don't know, oh, he took me to the Bahamas. You don't know what happened that whole way. And you end up here idolizing a relationship. Oh, like Will and Jada. Oh, relationship goals. Now 2022, they looking stupid. And everybody, oh, I knew from the beginning. No, you didn't. You was like all the rest of us, like, oh my God, they've been married this long and da-da-da-da. And we do that with so many people.
Yeah.
And like I remember an article about all the Black men who were married to Black women. And married for years and years. And the next thing you know, Dr. Dre, I think it's Dr. Dre, was getting from his wife. They were in a magazine talking about relationship goals. This was the goal for Black couples to be married this long, to acquire wealth together. Now they separating and she talking about she was under duress when she signed their prenup. You look at this 20 something year relationship and like, oh my God. No. So my thing, a relationship goal, in my opinion, for me, is to work on my damn self. So if the relationship don't work, I'm still solid.
Okay. But I mean, you can kind of take a look at his old relationship, just saying. But
I wouldn't say that.
Why?
Saying like, look at his old relationship to see how he gonna act with you.
Yeah. Look at his previous
his ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's what you saying?
Yeah.
No. Oh no.
What
That was
you
a different
mean?
person, though. That was a
Can't do
different
that
person.
every time.
How you? He was whooping her ass.
Who? Are you talking about Dr. Dre specifically?
Yes.
Oh, they're talking about like anybody.
No, I was talking about Dr. Dre
Oh, okay.
specifically.
Oh yeah.
That's a different level, okay?
Yeah.
Once you've been whooping somebody ass, it's gonna take a lot of counseling to not be whooping nobody ass anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? So if I found out that, he used to beat the shit out of her, I don't want nothing to do with that nigga. I got common sense and brain cells that work. I'm not doing that. I like my life. Oh, but go ahead, Nat. My bad. I was
I wasn't saying nothing. I'm listening. I agree with you. Clearly, it's the person. She kind of reminds me of Harley Quinn now. It really is the person, because it could have been the money. It could have, maybe she really did genuinely fall in love with that person and just, glazed over that, or decided, oh, he's passed out, that won't happen to me.
Yeah.
And some people think that is love. So it's like, it's not love unless he's beating you.
Okay, I've heard of that
So,
before.
and like when you're saying Lori, person working on themselves to be whole, you got to know that she wasn't whole in the first place, and that's
Yeah.
kind of hard sometimes. So I always leave with like, okay, we got a lot of red flags, we got a lot of green flags. It's just a matter of reinforcing these things for those going into it. It gotta just be like kids at this point, because like a friend was asking me about what I would tell my daughter when she asks or we have a conversation about dating, and it doesn't matter whether you're dating or not.
Uh-huh.
The point or the focus is how in any relationship a person should and shouldn't treat you.
Right.
Your boundaries, your
Right.
standards, not compromising yourself on any level. And you can put all that in and things still turn left, but it's important to establish that, building their self-esteem and building them and making them whole as you can. Down the
Right.
line, you know, they're gonna have to do their own work to chisel away what they didn't like that you gave them. But
Yeah.
that's the most important thing, because then how they interact with other people is gonna be different,
True.
because they're more whole, their values and everything that was instilled from the get-go. And these same conversations don't have to wait until they're about to start dating. It's like when we talked about sexuality, it's the debate is still going on about when is a good time to have certain talks. I think a lot of times we pair that with sex, which is not always the case. And it takes a conversation to even get to that point where you can see the difference amongst other adults, and then to be able to talk about it with kids, because I see like that's a big issue, because when kids get to a certain age, even in school, you know, the question of, oh, do you allow or not allow sex ed? Sex ed is more than just talking about sex. You're talking about the body. These are conversations you should have already had anyway at home.
Yeah.
Why are you in an uproar about teaching a child about themselves? If they
Yeah.
know themselves, it's a lot better for them and a lot harder for someone else to take advantage of them.
Ooh, okay, Ned. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
And that's where, you know, I kind of like everything to go. It's like break it on down, whittle it down. Now you're talking to a 5-6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take it down that far. If you want to change what, you know, a child is going into elementary school with, junior high school with, you got to start there. When to have the conversations is another thing I would like to discuss. Excuse me. It's different for men and women, or boys and girls. How parents think, you know, girls should have such and such information by this age versus guys. What's more important for the girl to have than the guy to have? I feel like it should be the same across the board. The issue is just at what age is appropriate.
What you call it? Me and Eric was talking about that, and I feel like as soon as they enter school, because he was telling me about some kids on the bus, you know, saying some inappropriate things, and they were young, and that's when it hit me like, yeah, we gotta have that conversation with Zoe. It was just like when we did talk to Zoe, it was just like a basic thing, you know. That's your private part. You know, if somebody is touching you inappropriately, you let me know or your daddy know. You know, if you see strangers and they call you, or somebody is that trying to talk to you, or you let me know. You don't go with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the basic stuff. Now all that other stuff, I feel like it's a little too soon. Now if she comes to me with a question, then I go ahead and explain it to her. But as of talking about, you know, actual sex and stuff, I think that's a little too soon.
I got a
Because I'm
question
trying
for
to
Eric.
figure out how to like approach. How would you approach that subject? Because now, if she does something that's inappropriate, I say, "Hey, that's inappropriate." Now, if she asks
Mhm.
where babies come from, I tell her, mom pushes the baby out her belly, that kind of stuff. But I've never actually explained to her,
Sex.
what sex is.
Right. Is Eric there?
Yeah, yeah.
Eric, when you don't have to answer specifically personally, you could just in the realm of little boys.
Yeah.
At what point was, I guess, touching yourself pleasurable?
Say that again.
At what point that you can remember was touching yourself pleasurable?
Oh God.
Like it was intentionally being done. And you could just answer like most kids or boys about this age. And I ask that because like women or people might not think it's appropriate at a young age because
Yeah.
for girls, but boys are already doing it by
Ah,
like 5, 6, just sucking their finger, going to sleep, touching themselves. And it's normal.
yeah.
If a girl did that, it's not normal.
I don't know.
It's
I'll say
handled
like
differently.
intentionally, like middle school age.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You mean from like what he can remember, right?
Okay. Yeah, if that's the way he can remember.
Yeah.
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 I see kids doing it in daycare.
I
Yeah.
was about to say
Yeah,
way earlier
That's
than
why I
that.
asked.
And they might,
Way
But they
earlier
might
than
not
that.
remember or
You know what I'm saying?
understand that that's why they doing it though.
but honestly, like I feel like I don't know what you say to your kids, but you should talk to them about it as soon as they can comprehend.
Yeah.
Because while I was working on getting my real estate license, I went back and drove school bus, you know what I'm saying, to keep some money coming in or whatever. And I'm talking about kindergarten, first, second, third graders just on there saying stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, I don't know if they be watching certain things or they hearing people say, but they're saying things and I'm like, where did you hear that? Or are you
She
doing that?
did.
Yeah, that's concerning because I feel like nowadays you are having the conversations earlier, but it's needed. But it's how far do you take that conversation? Like you said, you talked about
Right.
a little slightly where babies come from, but not the whole story. But if you see that they're doing something that they just like it, because they just like it, and they should be able to. But how do you have that conversation? I mean, you don't want
Okay,
to
you mean
dissuade
like
them
just
from
with the
exploring themselves.
no, okay, and see, that's the conversation. Who I had that with, daddy or mama? I can't remember. But I remember Zoe was like doing that. And remember dad watches them and dad he had let me know. And I know it's an uncomfortable subject for him, but he had let me know. And I had to explain to Zoe like that's inappropriate right now. Okay, you can't, that's not something you should be, because if you ever realize like they will do that just laying down watching TV, sitting on somebody's couch. There's a time and a place. And right now that's not the time nor the place. Because it's sad to say, but people get their kids taken away or taken advantage of because of certain stuff like that.
Mhm.
If somebody sees your kid doing that in public, it's automatic DSS. And I'm like, I can't control that. You know what I'm saying? I can tell her stop, but I can't control the fact that she just did that just now. But they don't want to hear that. They just automatically assume something is going wrong with your child or somebody in the household is touching your child. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so I had to explain to her, Zoe, that's inappropriate right now. You can't be doing that right now. You can't be sitting on a chair watching TV and be doing that right now. Okay, it's just that's not the time or the place. Now, when she gets older, then, like I said, I'll have that conversation with her. But as of right now, it's just the basics. that's inappropriate right now. There are certain things that you should not be doing right now, especially in front of other people. Just like when you in the classroom and your teacher tell you now is not time to be talking. Now is not time to be doing that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when she gets a little bit older, then I will have that conversation. Because like I always say, I want her to be comfortable enough to come to me with any question she has. Because she be telling me some stuff these kids be saying at school. And I come in real quick with the, have you ever done that, Zoe? Did you tell the teacher, Zoe? Who did they do that to? And you know, based on her answers, you can kind of see where her head is at. Because she a lot of times she'll tell me, you know, she'll make a face and everything. That's nasty. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just her first reaction that tells you, okay, she's still thinking like a kid right now. So I don't need to broach that subject like that right now. I just give her the bare minimum and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, she lets me know. And then, you know, I tell her, well, whoever the girl is, I'm gonna just use some random names. Sarah and Rick shouldn't be doing that. Okay, and if Sarah or Rick ever do that to you, you go tell the teacher. And you tell me when you come home. If somebody is doing something that makes you uncomfortable, Zoe, tell your teacher and tell me. And I promise you, if Zoe has ever seen or done something or saw somebody else doing something, she will tell you. It don't matter who it is. She will, like, I come home from work, she tells me exactly what happened. Every detail. As soon as I come through the door, Ma, this happened. And I be like, God dang, Zoe, why that happened? What's going on? And that's the one thing I'm so glad that she still does, and I hope she will continue to do. Just be able to tell me so that I can figure out. You call it stitching, but I'm, you know
No,
what?
it's good though. Like, I got
I'm
no problem
glad
with that.
you telling me, okay?
Yes.
Because
Tell me
that
everything.
way I can try, at least I can't stop stuff from happening, but I can give you the knowledge of what to do when this occurs, or what to do beforehand, or how to assess the situation to try to avoid it, or, you know, get out, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't control what happens. But I can give you as much knowledge as possible on the situation and how to handle and preventative measures.
That's excellent. And a important thing that you and Eric both mentioned earlier too is being aware of your child's environment.
What?
That will also give you cues and clues on what to talk about and when to talk about it.
Uh-huh.
If you don't know what's going on in your child's day-to-day, what they might be exposed to, I think that's one of the reasons things are caught late.
Right.
Or not at all. Even if you didn't know exactly when, sometimes it's like, you know what? Someone in their class is talking to them about something you haven't discussed yet. But it comes to you with a question because you made that space and you made her comfortable with talking to you.
Right.
That she gave you some information. You're like, wait a minute. Let me clarify some things for you on that.
Yep.
Or where did you hear that? Like, you gotta, and as a, you know, diligent parent, you dig a little deeper and be like, let me also alert the teacher, you know, this is happening in class. I need to know if the teacher knew too.
See, now
and
that
discuss it with me.
that. Yeah,
It depends on what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
if I can clearly see like this was something amongst the kids, or if
Yeah.
I think it might be a situation where it might breed a dangerous situation amongst other kids, this being a secret, then yeah, I'll just like, you know, politely and lightly address the teacher. Oh, she said so and so did this, or have you heard about this going on? XYZ, just to like, you know, let the other adults in the room know. Sometimes you get a clue and it's like maybe the teacher didn't think it was important. And it's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, we heard about that. We're not too worried, you know, kids do these kind of things, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, you know, you kind of want to always be the authority on how information is getting to your child.
Yeah.
Not through another child.
Right.